Let's get salty!
Everyone, Zeddy here again today with a brand new video, and we're a little bit later today because we have a teaser for the next balance patch in Hearthstone, which I'm expecting probably goes live tomorrow. We have 6 nerfs. We have 11 buffs. Well, again, we don't know what the cards' actual nerfs will be. We just know the cards, so we'll go through all of them, and when they're finalized with the patch notes, likely tomorrow, we'll have an update video on all of that. And if you enjoy the content on the channel, if you like, I've earned your subscription and you want to stay tuned for that news, please hit that sub button down below. Give the video a like. It helps us out a lot as we're on the road to 85,000 subscribers. So there's also like BG balance patch or teaser. I'll link it down below. It's all in a Twitter thread. But yeah, let's take a look card by card. What is getting changed? So the nerfs, hydration station, getting hit, obviously, to combat that virus. Zilliax, probably 3 different. That's the one that's been thrown around a lot. You can make it more expensive, but feel like that doesn't hit the issue of constantly bringing back just Zilliaxes. And if that is the case, again, you can actually build your deck around the way it feels like you're supposed to, not just playing one taunt. Like, it's pretty freaking lame. So we'll see if that is the change, but I think that's probably the most likely. Inventor boom. I mean, what else are they really going to do? They could make this more expensive. They could turn the stats off, but I think they want to get rid of this whole Zilliax spam that is driving people crazy. Also has a diamond. I don't know if that'll be fully disenchantable for dust. They did make it that the diamonds that you buy separately, not the ones from like the mini set or the rewards track, but the ones you buy separately, you can fully dust to just try and get around people complaining about spending $60 and not be able to dust their nerfed card, I guess. But regardless of that, yeah, again, it could be more mana, but I would think resurrect 2 different friendly mechs is very likely. So again, we'll have to see. I'm guessing tomorrow. I don't know if they officially said it. As I said, Zilliax getting nerfed for a record, I believe, 4th time. We've seen 2 nerfs to the virus module. We are now seeing another nerf to the ticking module. They are not nerfing viruses. Again, they're hitting hydration station. They're hitting inventor boom. That must mean, again, that's what they're targeting, that they want the res effects to be less frustrating and leave the virus module as is. A one-time bomb is relatively okay with it, but even then, you're still bringing one back with hydration station, another one with hydration. It might still be too good. It really might be. Regardless, ticking module. Will they make it 1 more mana? Will they take the stats off? Will they make it only factor in your side? Something's got to give with that. It's by far the best module. I know there's a lot of hate towards virus module, but statistically speaking, ticking has been ridiculous since day 1. And it used to be 1 mana less than it is right there. So you can only imagine, right? So one of those things will get changed for sure. But yes, Zilliax basically is permanent dust refund status in the Hearthstone collection these days. And a 4th nerf in standard, and we're less than like expansion and a half into its life cycle. It might not be done there. Lamplighter will be getting nerfed to I guess the relief of a lot of people. There's been some pushback, like high level players, like it's not super amazing at top 100 legend. Like, that's neat. Who cares? Anyways, yes, Lamplighter getting nerfed. I don't know if they'll make it just deal a damage to a minion, whether it'll just be a mana more, make it 5. I know, again, Kibler had suggested that to make it harder to bounce. I think it just goes to 4 because those decks aren't like super oppressive. They're more sentiment outlier. People are really frustrated. Plus, turning every like mid-range or aggro deck into an OTK deck by turn 10, not healthy. Although does 4 mana really change that a lot? Not really. Still basically does the same thing. So if it goes to 4, people might not be that happy about it. It's a weird one. We'll see what happens. Again, I don't know the changes we'll see tomorrow, but I assume it probably won't be as major as the people that wanted to get nerfed has happened, and the people that don't want to see get nerfed at all will also be annoyed. So probably nobody's going to be happy unless they go to the extreme or the other. We'll see tomorrow. Concierge gets nerfed. How much do you want to bet this just goes to 4? I would bet so much. I've been saying this pretty much since the card came out. The first nerf of this card is going to go to 4 and not do anything. I played ladder for our gameplay video yesterday. I got OTK'd by 3 Druids. Know how many had 0 mana left over when they played Concierge? None of them, so it doesn't change a heck of a lot, I don't think. But maybe they surprise us and go not less than 1, because that's the real core issue of the card. Heck, we're seeing it WoW with Sword Apprentice at 4. She's still a problem there with all the copy effects and the chalices now that you can OTK and turn 4 in Wild. Not less than 1 needs to be on this. Will it happen? I really, really doubt it. But maybe they surprise me. Maybe they actually, go that extra step that they seem to refuse to do. Chia Drake getting nerfed. This one surprised me. I thought it'd be the mana cheat card, the dragon, right? The taunt. But no, they're gonna nerf another part of the dragon package, which I did say is too good for Druid. But yeah, instead of Nest Matron, they're going Chia Drake, which, if you don't recall, it was buffed. This used to be a 2/4. So I guess it goes back to a 2/4. They can make it 5, so you can't go Nest Matron and Chia Drake. That's a possibility. But other than that, I don't know what else you're really doing with it. So yeah, maybe they revert it, and I feel like that doesn't really change much for the dragon package. That's not really, like, it does have a decent played win rate and drawn win rate. It's a very good card, but I feel like it's more for the cycle than the stats. But we'll see. Maybe they do disrupt the mana curve a bit, make it 5. Definitely one I'm more curious to find out on what the impact will be. Now on to the buffs, and they are buffing some spicy cards. First being the Rye Cleaver, which was in our worst cards video as the worst performing card in the entire expansion. So how do you make this go from like a 25-30% card to be playable? I don't know. 5 mana, 4 mana, 1 mana? Well, no, but yeah, there's options you can make. You can up the attack on this. You could make, well, I don't think you make it 1 durability. That'd be kind of awkward. You could make the minion sandwich here. You can make that cheaper. There's options. There's things you can do. I feel like just making it 6 to start, it's probably the safest bet. Or I don't think increasing the attack on this helps. It's got to be a mana thing, right? 6 mana. If they go crazy, make it 5 mana. Sandwich Warrior will be getting a significant buff, as will Ranger Gilly. 6 mana, 4/6, the whole Warrior Terse for Hunter gives you this useless croc. Hopefully the croc will finally do something, because it just does nothing. Like, what's it there for? Besides just, I guess, vanilla stats. But I guess you could make it 5 or whatever. But I will note, these are the only buffs that Hunter is getting, right? This card, and they can play Rye Cleaver if they want. Surprisingly, Hunter only gets these 2 buffs. Again, we'll see what they do. They can increase the stats. They can make it a 5 mana card. They can make the Death Rattle give more stats, although it doesn't really go with the flavor of the croc. We'll see what they do. But yeah, I feel like Hunter needs a lot more than this, but I guess that's all they're getting. But speaking of the class that's doing the best in this expansion, by far, Shaman has like 3 or 4 playable decks. They're getting 2 buffs. It's so weird. It's like, well, one thing's not working, so they're going to buff the Razzle Dazzler. Do they make it a 5/5? Do they make it 6 mana? We'll find out, but this card's insane in Arena. In Arena, you play this, you usually just win. It's insane. So, like, yeah, you're going to want to draft that there, and I feel like on ladder, it's really not that far off, so this one really surprises me. Curious what they're going to do, considering it's like better than Elemental Inspiration, and they're going to buff it even more than that. Why not buff Elemental Inspiration? We don't play that card, right? And yeah, Shaman's also getting a buff to Natural Talent. I mean, this card's terrible. It's not good. Get a random Naga, random spell that costs 1 less for 3 mana. You can make this 2 mana, right? I guess. Make it free, I guess. It's 2 mana minus 2 mana, I guess. I could see that happening. But again, it's a buff to a card that I guess it really doesn't matter. I don't see the scene play regardless. But it is funny to see Hunter get 1 buff, 1 direct buff, and Shaman gets 2, despite Shaman doing so well right now. And Buttons will be getting buffed. 5 mana, 5/5. You get a draw spell of each spell school. I guess he gets an extra health. Could go to 4. We mentioned that pirate that, for every spell school you played, draws cards. Could be like that, and would make this a better Magatha. So maybe he goes to 4, take some stats off of it, make him 5, have taunt. I don't know, but there's certainly stuff that can do, and Buttons is a pretty cool card. So again, I like that they're buffing that one. Cru Captain Laura, terrible card. I mean, Druid doesn't really need help, but this card's just awful. So you can make it like 6 mana, and I don't think it makes a difference. But yeah, you can make it 6 mana, and if you open it in the pack, you'll feel slightly less terrible. But I guess the other thing you could do is like just give it stats. It's like, what else are you doing? 6 mana, stats, 5 mana, I guess, but that might be a little bit too good. Tsunami. They're buffing Tsunami? It's like the best card in Big Spell Mage. It's a Terran Arena. What are you doing with this? How are you buffing this? Like, is it going to 7? That seems terrifying. Does it summon 4 water elementals? That seems terrifying. I don't know what world they buff this, and I'm not terrified. So note to future self, what the heck is going on? Well, I really want to see what they're doing with Tsunami. That would never have been on my prediction list, ever. When we went over my prediction list, I said Tsunami's like the one card you don't buff. So we'll see what happens. That actually is like really, really scary. Service Ace was in our top 10 list of the worst cards of the set. I mean, 2 mana, better stats, more discount per attack buff, something like that. One of those things. Probably won't make the card super relevant, but as it is, yeah, it's absolutely dreadful. Twilight Medium. You could make this like a 6/6. You can make it a 5/7. You can make it 5 mana. It's all about, you know, setting the cost of the top card of your deck to 1. I guess you could set it to 0, but can we stop with 0 mana cards? I'd rather it be 1. We'll see what they do with this. I'm guessing a stat increase just to make your taunt a little bit better. But again, maybe they want it like you play your soothe, you know, the legendary there on 4, and then you play this on 5, but then you still can't play the fortune because it costs 1. So I don't know what they're going to do with this thing. We'll have to wait and see. Priest also gets Nightshade Tea buffed, which might be more of a Demon Hunter buff because they have Arana, which they can use for self-damaging. So will it deal 4 damage to a minion? Will it be 1 mana deal 2? We'll have to wait and see. And the final buff is for Rogue. None of the legendaries, so no Eudora, nothing like that. Conniving Con Mana, 4 mana 4/4 pirate, Battle Cry. Replay the last card you played from another class. Guess this could go to 3. You can make it a Yeti. The thing I'd like to see, I mentioned this in our prediction video, would be play from the non-rogue cards, so you could like replay paladin cards as a paladin. I think that could maybe be broken, but it'd be something different, right? I feel like more in flavor with the cards. So there you go. That's all the nerfs, buffs teased. As soon as the patch notes come out, which I believe, again, probably tomorrow, expect a later video tomorrow. We'll go over all the finalized changes and we'll see how mad or happy I am. I'm usually mad. I'm always mad, right? Anyways, if you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe. Have a great day and stay salty, my friends.